one-person army. Yes, yes. But before I begin, we have been served with a copy of what is called as a surrebuttal. As a surrebuttal. So I assume it's being filed. Filed already. Sir rejoinder. Sir rebuttal under rebuttal. Yes. Now, my lord, that your lordships have it in your lordship's hands as part of the court records. My lord, I have a serious objection, and this is a matter of great concern. Like what happened? I'll tell you, lordships. First, there are so many factual amendments which have been made without any supporting affidavit. And kindly see page number 34. No, it can't. It is not a matter. My lord, affidavit in court is not a matter of form and procedure. There is a solemnity to pleadings. Affidavit is not. No, it is signed by the advocate, and I tell you, lordships, why it becomes very serious now. My lord, please switch the color. Where now, my lord, please look at paragraph number 78. May I read this, my lord, for your lordship's kind consideration? It is pertinent to mention that the mutual consent divorce filed in the year 2020 was a fraudulent act without the presence of the petitioner, and the counsel representing the petitioner was involved in the fraud. Well, what is this? Counsel for the petitioner. Where is it said? Para 78 at page 34. This is such a serious allegation that is being made against a counsel practicing in this court. And I read your lordship what is mentioned, and this is done by the advocate. And I ask myself, my lord, my young friend who has signed this must understand the consequences of doing so. Yes, madam, why is all this? It's a very serious allegation. The counsel.
Your lordship, on para 78, that your lordship, what was filed over there, without her being there, without her notarizing, and without her presence, they tried to file a mutual consent. Then they had to withdraw it also later because she was never there.
And why have you got the advocate?
They stated that at that point of time, now if they have to prove all of this, that both were fraudulently filed, they would have to put in all of this here.
Then you should file with an affidavit. This can't be just like this.
I will ask.
Mudslinging the advocates, then definitely you
at this point of time, in this matter, it is irrelevant. They have only.
Then why did you file it?
No, they have only stated that they've not filed anything here, your lordship.
No, not filed. Why have you stated so that...
Your lordship, it is only answering what he has stated. This is with respect to two petitions that he filed that came to be withdrawn and closed. One was the one was the mutual consent petition. Then there was a petition individually filed by him. That's all. That's not relevant at all.
If it is a stand of sustenance, we will answer.
Then we will file a separate affidavit if required later.
Yes. And I want to show furthermore, my lord, this is adding insult to injury. This is compounding the... I won't say, my lord, this pains me, my lord, not because I appear in this case as a counsel for the party, but, my lord, I think there should be some element of propriety as between lawyers. Yes. I am not for a moment saying that the party cannot go against the lawyer. That's a different matter. But a document signed by an advocate, this is a purely factual situation. My lord, many a time, my lord, we find memorandum of facts. I am aware of that, my lord. For example, my lord, if a case has been called and said dismissed for default, and the counsel says, well, I could not come. Right. Memorandum of facts is all right, my lord. In respect of what? I was held up in a traffic jam. I could not come to court in time. That's a different matter. But kindly see para 78. There's something more, my lord, that disturbs me. We have sullied, my lord, the solemn proceedings of the court by filing such. It is pertinent to mention that the mutual consent divorce filed in the year 2020 was a fraudulent act without the presence of the petitioner and the counsel. Representing the petitioner was involved in the fraud and notarizing of the affidavits. All this shall be brought forth in detail before the trial court, wherein the unholy nexus between the counsel representing the petitioner, the advocates, firm and partners, and their involvement in attempting to push through mutual consent divorce will all bring clarity to the fact that the petitioner has used his financial power and abused it to an extreme extent, which requires... But this is serious. This is not correct. Without any material, just like that saying this.
Then we will produce that over here, your lordship.
What?
They have only answered what they have stated. This is in response to that.
What,
your lordship,
what have they stated?
Your Lordship, all of their
are against the counsels representing the wife.
It is about the mutual consent that is filed. It is about the MC file. Therefore, what they're stating is she was never there.
All right. Yes. Come on. I'm placing this. I brought it to your Lordship's notice, my lord. I am in your Lordship's hands to protect the dignity of the profession also. All right. With that, my lord, I shall now proceed with the facts of the case. My lord, the proceedings, my lord, before your Lordships lays a challenge to the proceedings initiated under Section 12 of the TVA, my lord, that is the Protection of Women Against Domestic Violence Act. Yes. Now, my lord, the order which your Lordships will be looking at is, my lord, the order dated 12th of March 2024. Yes. And the petition itself, my lord, is at page 40. Would your Lordships look at it? I will give your Lordships a few facts before I take your Lordships to the petition, because I'll also tell your Lordships what is my submission, and I will place the facts in support of my submission. My lord, the petitioner and the respondent were married. Yes. On the 15th of April 2011. Yes. The certificate of marriage, my lord, is available at page 63. Yes. Not in dispute. The marriage, my lord, was dissolved. And that marriage, I must point out to your Lordships, my lord, was in accordance with Russian law. Please be kind enough to turn to page 63 for a minute. This one, madam. 63. No, I'm sorry. I'll give your Lordship the certificate of marriage. I'm sorry. It is, where is that certificate? It is page 63, annexure C. That is the registration that was done of a marriage which has already been solemnized. All right. This is, here. So kindly see page 42, my lord, if your Lordship is kind enough. Please see page 42, paragraph. Please be kind enough to turn to paragraph number 4. Yes. Petitioner submits that the petitioner and the respondent were known to each other from 2004 through mutual friends. It is further submitted that the respondent had proposed to marry the petitioner in year 2010, and the marriage was solemnized in Russia as per the customs of the petitioner on 15/4/2011. And this is now, my lord, admitted. Where is it? Where is her? This is her complaint. It was solemnized according to Russian law. Now, my lord, what was done in India? Please be kind enough to look at that certificate for a minute. And I want to clear that air, my lord, so that your Lordship knows exactly what has happened. Now, please be kind enough to turn to the certificate of marriage, which your Lordship will find in annexure E. Annexure C at page 53. 63, my lord. That is the certificate here. Yes, no. What is being told to your Lordship is that this was another marriage that was solemnized in India, and therefore there are two marriages, and because of the fact that the marriage was solemnized in India, the court in Bangalore gets jurisdiction. Now, my lord, please be kind enough to turn to that certificate, because let us be clear on the factual aspects, my lord. What is the impact of that certificate? Please be kind enough to turn to the certificate at page 63. I so and so hereby certify that so and so, the petitioner and respondent appeared before me this 24th day of May 2014, each of them in my presence and presence of 3 witnesses who have signed thereunder, have declared that a ceremony of marriage has been performed between them, and that they have been living together as husband and wife since the time of their marriage, and that in accordance with their desire to have their marriage registered under the Special Marriage Act, the said marriage has this 24th of May 2014 been registered under this Act, having effect as of 15th of April 2011. Now, my lord, your Lordship will kindly see, this is a certificate of marriage issued, my lord, under section 16 of the Special Marriage Act. Please be kind enough to turn to the Special Marriage Act, my lord. This is only a recognition of a marriage which has already been solemnized. That is the point I want to make. This is not, my lord, as your Lordships are aware, my lord. One is a marriage that is effected through registration. Second, my lord, is a marriage which is solemnized earlier, but registered. Your Lordship may now kindly look at section 15. My Lord, the certificate is issued under section 16. Please see section 16 and then I'll come to section 15. Upon receipt of an application signed by both the parties to the marriage for registration of their marriage under this chapter, the marriage officer shall give public notice thereof in such manner as may be prescribed, and after allowing a period of 30 days for objections and after hearing any objections received within that period, shall, if satisfied that all the conditions mentioned in section 15 are fulfilled, enter a certificate of marriage in the marriage certificate book in the form specified in the 5th schedule, and such certificate shall be signed by the parties to the marriage and by 3 witnesses. Now, my lord, what is the provision of section 15? My lord, please be kind enough to see section 15. Any marriage celebrated before or after the commencement of this act, other than a marriage solemnized under the Special Marriage Act or under this act, may be registered under this chapter by a marriage officer in the territories to which this act extends, if the following conditions are fulfilled, namely, a ceremony of marriage has been performed and they have been living together as husband and wife ever since. Therefore, my lord, a registration granted under section 15 is in respect of a marriage which has been solemnized earlier and which is not registered under the Special Marriage Act. Therefore, my lord, this certificate of marriage does not bring about the relationship of husband and wife between the parties. That is what, because they seem to contend, my lord, that because of the fact that the certificate of registration has been granted, there is a marriage in Bangalore, therefore the court in Bangalore has jurisdiction. I want to clear that at the first instance to say that this certificate of registration does not create the relationship of husband and wife between the parties. Now, my lord, a very important event takes place. Has a bearing on the maintainability of the proceedings initiated by the respondent before the court. Now, my lord, please be kind enough to turn to page 77. Annexure E, my lord. Well, this is a divorce certificate. Divorce certificate. Yes. The marriage has been dissolved by a divorce by mutual consent. But kindly see, my lord, that it is a divorce certificate granted by the authorities, my lord, of the embassy in Dubai, the Russian embassy in Dubai,